YouTube, what's going on? All right, so today we're going to make the infamous KGV knob. It is a knob that goes to this. Sits, if I'm not mistaken, right there. And the screwdriver goes on top. Yeah, you get the idea. Anyways, I'm gonna make this today. It's called a KGV 72. All right, so let's get to the video. Go ahead, fire up your SolidWorks, and you're gonna start with a front plane. Click Sketch, and you wanna get line. Click line, and you're going to go straight up, go at an angle, go up, go to the left, and go up, and another angle, slight one, go across to the right, go all the way down, and you are going to connect it to the left. Green check mark, click revolve base boss, click that line, green check mark, and now you have your piece. It should look fairly something like this. Now granted, I didn't get any dimensions. I just wanted to show you this is how I started off with my design for the KGV knob. Now I'm going to go back, edit sketch, and make my adjustments from here. I'm going to click Smart Dimension, click here, go across, and give it a dimension of 0.7499. Green check mark, exit out, and now I'm going to go back into the sketch. Realistically, I didn't have to get out, but I went back out to grab something, and click Smart Dimension. I'm going to dimension this out. It is going to be 0.38, and I'm going to Smart Dimension this as well. It is going to be 0.1690. I'm going to Smart Dimension this, and it's going to be 0.2255. Green check mark. Right, close it out. Click Smart Dimension. It's going to be 0.2120. Green check mark. You're going to Smart Dimension the length of this. Should be 0.2420. Green check mark. And Smart Dimension this as well, and this should be fine with that size, which is we just have it at 0.12, and this again at 1.14. Excuse me. Next, what you're going to want to do is click the top, right click, click sketch, and I'm going to draw a center line from the origin here to the far right. Make this a construction line, green check mark, click line, go straight down. Make sure you're highlighting or hovering over where you'll see the dots. That will be the center point. Next, you'll click circle, Smart Dimension your circle. This is the hole that you're going to need. I have that at 0.1925. And I'm going to cut this all the way through, because this is how my KGV knob is going to sit on the device. Changing the hole size to 0.3645, and then I'm going to click Extrude Cut, and I'm going to give it a depth of 0.1935, green check mark, and there you have your extruded cut. Go ahead and click New Sketch again on the hole that you just made, and I'm going to create another construction line from a vertical line, again hovering over to make sure I have the center points, and also clicking for construction. Green check mark, and I'm going to click circle, and now I'm going to make another circle. Green check mark, smart dimension. That's going to be 0.1545. Green check mark, and I'm going to click features, extrude cut, and I'm going to go through all, green check mark, and now my hole has went all the way throughout my part. Here you see it. I'm going to pan it for y'all. Looks good. Now I'm going to click on the face of where I just made the hole, the bottom side, and I'm going to right click, click sketch, and make another line construction that goes from vertical and horizontal while hovering over to find those center point lines. Construction, green check mark, click the circle, and now we're going to make the circle even bigger. Drag it out, click smart dimension, and the sizing you want is 0.6150, green check mark, and green check mark. You're going to then click extrude cut under features. You're then going to click the blind option and go with a depth of 0.1405, green check mark. And there you have it. I'm going to pan around for y'all, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click the fillet option, drop down, chamfer, click that line right there, and I'm going to go with a 0.1 chamfer and green check mark. Now your KGV knob should have a cylindrical type look inside versus just straight in. It has an angle to it, if you will. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the face again, right click, sketch, and I'm now going to create another hole with the horizontal and vertical lines. Make sure you hover again and you make these construction lines. Now, I want to note that you will be doing this a lot, creating the holes. So get used to it. And now this is the square hole to where when your KGV knob sits on your device, it's able to grip and turn. If you don't have the square when you measure it out, it will not work on what you're designing your part for. So here's my square. I clicked a centers rectangle, smart dimension, across 0.21, go down 0.21, actually changing it to 0.28, actually 0.2620 and 0.2120, excuse me. Extrude cut, and I'm going to just have it slightly come up because it doesn't need to go all the way up. So as you can see here, I didn't have to adjust anything. I just clicked extrude cut. It gave me of where I wanted and a blind option. And make sure you save your work as well. You always want to save your work. So I am naming this KGV knob. Man, I can't type today. Click save, and now your work is saved. Best rule of thumb is to save within the 5 minutes of working, or like me, save it later, but make sure you always save. Right, so just panning around to show y'all how the part looks. It's starting to take shape and look exactly like how you want it. Now granted, I try to create things that are close to OEM as possible, but But if not, you can always add your own flair to it. I've seen many different KGV knobs out there that has different designs, but for the most part they all work and do what it's needed for. So now what I'm going to do is create the knob turning portion. What I mean by knob turning portion is like, this is like a grip. So what I essentially did was I clicked the sketch, and I am making the rectangle, or trying to gauge where I can put it. So right here I have it in the center of the part. And then if you notice, I didn't record exactly where I put it because I actually change it later on. Reason being is that if you start from the bottom, you're gonna have that line, and you don't want that, because you want the bottom to be free and the top to have that line. And here you see it. I've already extruded base bossed it, and this is your knob. And notice it goes through your part all the way down, and you don't want that. So I have a fix for it here in a few that you'll see. But this is essentially what you'll want, just not what's in the bottom and on the top. So this is what you're going to want. And what I did was I went from the top instead of the bottom this time. And here I show you in the sketch. So right click, I literally just created a square, creating a center point as well from the top. When I made the square, I just went to extrude base boss, and I went all the way down. Of course, I measured it out, and I had it literally going to that first lip on the bottom before it touches the very bottom. And as you can see, it's not touching any of the center part at all. So green check mark, and now I'm going to show you how to have that angle. So you don't want it necessarily to go all the way up. The reason being is because it doesn't look aesthetic, and two, it just kind of looks out of place if it's just square like this. So what I did was I clicked the line option, and I made a construction line going across to match that line right there, as you can see. Click the line option, went from angle to angle, went up and across. And after I did that, I went with a cut extrude to show y'all. And as you can see, this is how I was able to get that angle, which cut it. I went with through all because I wanted it to all be cut. And green check mark, and there you have it. So essentially, to finish this, I would need to cut some pieces to make the handle, but essentially this will work without the grip parts on the side. Now, my best advice to anyone getting into CAD work or designing parts for your unit, field expedient repairs, etc., is to just keep designing something. Find something that's broken and just keep making whatever. I learned this from a good buddy of mine, and I keep mentioning him because it's true. The more you learn, the more you just keep going, you're gonna get better. So go find a broken bushing under the Humvee, and you'll start making it, and heck, you can even print it if you want it to, if you have the material. So what I'm showing here is on the KGV knob, there is a center piece that's cut. I just cut it because I could paint it after. So this is going to conclude my design of the KGV knob. Go ahead and make one yourself, challenge yourself. This was an interesting piece, I will say. I appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned for the next SolidWorks designs. All right, y'all.